Hey there, this is Sam here with yet another video on AWS learning series, and we'll be covering AWS global infrastructure in this video. So we have covered this already in the previous video. This is the AWS key components or key service offerings, and we'll be taking a look at AWS global infrastructure now. When I talk about global infrastructure, there is something which I want to tell you. This is not the service offering from AWS, but this is the actual infrastructure that AWS is running on. So it's a place or a platform where AWS services are hosted on. So the three important topics of global infrastructure will be this. The very first one being region, second one is availability zone, also known as AZ. Then we have something called as edge location. So it's essential that you need to know what do you mean by each and every one of these. You should be in a position to differentiate between region, availability zone, and edge location. So the best way to do this is get into Google, search for AWS global infrastructure, open up the page result coming from aws.amazon.com. So let me show you that page in a second. So this is the page result from Amazon. They have got this map or a pictorial representation of their global infrastructure, how many regions they have, how many availability zones they have, and so on. They have something here as well, the upcoming regions. They've got regions coming in London, Paris, and so on. And they have got a detailed location of each and every continent here. It's not essential that you should know about the locations, but it is very essential to know about AWS regions. What do you mean by availability zones? What do you mean by edge locations? So that's the next slide about. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, so let's try to understand about availability zone first. What do you mean by availability zone? Here is the definition from AWS, guys. So it consists of one or more discrete data centers or AWS facility area, each with redundant power, networking, and connectivity, housed in a separate facility. So it's nothing more than dedicated data center or data centers. It can be a single data center. It can be a grouping of more than one data center with its own unique networking, connectivity, and so on. So that when we talk about availability zone, I want you to think of it as a data center or a dedicated data centers. Then we have something called as region. What do you mean by region? Here is the definition from AWS again. It's a physical location in the world where AWS resource exists. They have multiple availability zones. So region, it consists of two or more than two availability zones. That's what I want you to remember. So it consists of two or more than two availability zones. So what do you mean by availability zone again? It's nothing more than a dedicated data center or a dedicated data centers. Region, it consists of two or more availability zones. Region, it means it's a physical location on earth where the AWS service offerings are available. The dedicated place. And then as of today, they have got 40 availability zones within 15 geographic regions around the world, with 9 more availability zones and 4 more regions coming online throughout the next year. These guys, AWS, they keep on adding new availability zones and new geographical locations. And that brings us to the next topic, edge location. So edge location, it's part of the CDN, and these are the endpoints of CDN. What do you mean by CDN? It's called as a content delivery network, and endpoint of these content delivery network in AWS, it's called as edge location. So the CDN service of Amazon is called as CloudFront. Don't worry, guys. I don't want you to get confused. We'll be covering about edge location in the upcoming videos. So this is all you need to understand. What do you mean by availability zone? It's a dedicated data center or a data center. Grouping of our data centers. Then what do you mean by region? One or more availability zone in a physical location. It's known as a region. Then what do you mean by edge location? It's the endpoint of CDN, and the CDN service of Amazon is known as CloudFront. That's all you need to know for now, and that's all I've got it here, guys. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Give us a thumbs up or a like if you like this video. Do subscribe to the channel. Comment or message if you have any questions or queries on this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.